Hey everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome back to Whiteboard Invest Crypto News. Let's jump right into today's top stories, shaking up the financial and cryptocurrency scenes. Firstly, we'll bring you the latest update on BTC prices amidst the ongoing market fluctuations. In our next update, Tesla's stocks surge, while the S&P 500 closes above 5,500, influencing investor sentiment. Across Asia-Pacific markets, there's a predominantly positive trend as analysts dissect the latest business activity data from the region. Following the recent election results, the UK's relationship with the EU might be thawing after years of strained post-Brexit interactions. US spot Bitcoin ETFs saw net outflows during yesterday's trading, indicating a shift in investor sentiment. Ripple and Coinbase are strategically leveraging a judge's ruling in the SEC's case against Binance, impacting the crypto markets. Developers of Telegram mini-apps now have the opportunity to use stars for TON rewards or discounts on ads, which is expected to boost platform engagement. Let's now dive into the specifics of each of these stories. Today, Bitcoin is hovering around $61,000, which marks a return to the lows we saw earlier this week, briefly touching $63,000 before showing signs of a slight recovery. This isn't the most encouraging signal as Bitcoin struggled to break through the $63,000 mark. We might be looking at a potential downward movement towards the sub-$60,000 range in the near term. The inability to sustain above $63,000 suggests some resistance in the market, possibly indicating profit-taking or cautious sentiment among investors. If we don't see a decisive move upward soon, there's a risk of further downside pressure. Looking ahead, I'll be monitoring closely how Bitcoin behaves around these levels. A clear break above $63,000 could signal renewed bullish momentum, potentially targeting higher levels. On the flip side, a drop below $60,000 might bring renewed selling interest and test lower support levels. As always, the cryptocurrency market can be volatile, and it's essential for investors to stay informed and agile in response to market movements. I'll be watching closely for any developments that could influence Bitcoin's next moves. Let's come to Asia, where Japan's Composite Purchasing Managers Index dropped to 49.7 in June, down from 52.6 in May, signaling a decline in private sector activity for the first time in 7 months. This was due to a slight reduction in services activity, despite a marginal increase in manufacturing output. Meanwhile, China's services sector expanded for the 18th consecutive month, with a PMI of 51.2 in June, though this was the slowest pace since October 2023. In the markets, Japan's Nikkei 225 rose 1.2%, remaining above 40,000, and the Topix gained 0.4%. South Korea's Kospi was up 0.34%, and the Kosdaq increased by 0.52%. Australia's S&P ASX 200 climbed 0.24%, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index rose 1.12%, boosted by property stocks. Mainland China's CSI 300 was slightly down by 0.18%. Alibaba repurchased 613 million shares worth $5.8 billion, boosting its stock by 1.7%. India's BSE Sensex hit an all-time high, briefly crossing 80,000, while the Nifty 50 also reached a record high of 24,307.25. In the U.S., if the Dow Jones gained 0.41%, the S&P 500 rose 0.62%, and the Nasdaq Composite jumped 0.84%, with both the Nasdaq and S&P 500 closing at record highs. Tesla shares lifted the S&P 500 after the company beat delivery expectations for the second quarter.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Your support means the world to me and keeps me motivated to bring you the hottest news updates every day.
It's been 8 years since nearly 52% of British voters chose to leave the EU, a decision that split the nation and still stirs debate. Today, Brexit isn't a hot topic in the election, with both Labour and the Conservatives avoiding the issue. Labour wants to reset ties with the EU but won't rejoin the single market or customs union. Instead, they aim to reduce trade restrictions and improve agreements with the EU. As the election approaches, polls suggest Labour might win around 40% of the vote, while the Conservatives lag at 20%. Analysts think a Labour win could lead to better UK-EU relations, though the EU remains firm against letting the UK cherry-pick favourable terms. Despite Brexit's ongoing impact, both parties focus on making the best of the situation, with shared interests like addressing undocumented migration offering potential areas for cooperation. Yesterday, U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs experienced a notable shift with $13.62 million net outflows, reversing a recent trend of inflows. Grayscale's GBTC led the outflows with $32.38 million, while Bitwise's BITB saw a loss of $6.76 million. On the flip side, BlackRock's IBIT attracted $14.12 million in inflows, and Fidelity's FBTC received $542 million. VanEck Bitcoin Fund and ARK Invest 21 shares ARKB also reported net inflows of $3.51 million and $2.48 million, respectively. Despite these movements, the total trading volume for all 11 Bitcoin funds was less than $1 billion, a significant drop from the high volumes seen in March. Since their January launch, these ETFs have accumulated a total net inflow of $14.64 billion. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's price dropped by 3.51% to $60,876. Standard Chartered remains optimistic, forecasting a potential return to all-time highs in August and a rise to $100,000 by the U.S. election in November. However, they caution that political uncertainties, such as President Biden not running for re-election, could push prices back to $50,000 to $55,000 range. Recently, Coinbase and Ripple have highlighted the murky regulatory landscape surrounding cryptocurrencies in their legal filings against the SEC. They've pointed to a significant court decision involving Binance, where the SEC's claims on BNB's secondary sales were dismissed. Coinbase argues that the SEC's enforcement tactics lack clarity and consistency, advocating for clear rules through formal rulemaking. Ripple, on the other hand, emphasizes the need for regulatory certainty, citing Judge Jackson's remarks that crypto regulation shouldn't be decided case by case. These developments underscore ongoing legal battles, where regulatory ambiguity complicates compliance efforts for industry players like Coinbase, Ripple, and Binance. Lastly, Telegram recently launched Stars on June 6th, allowing users to buy and use these virtual points within Telegram's mini-apps. Now, developers on the platform can convert Stars into Toncoin, TON, Telegram's native cryptocurrency, or get discounted ads on Telegram. This move expands the utility of Stars beyond just in-app purchases, offering new ways for developers to monetize their services and for content creators to earn rewards. Telegram also announced that it takes minimal commission on Stars transactions, with an additional 30% discount on third-party payment system fees when Stars are used to buy Telegram ads. Toncoin itself saw a 5.06% price increase, trading at $8.05, indicating growing interest and integration within Telegram's ecosystem.
All right, that's hottest news today. If you guys did find this video helpful, leave a like and subscribe our channel for more free content. Thanks for watching. Peace out.